Hello, YouTube land, and welcome to another edition of the Crypto Mama Mia. Today is another thankful Tuesday, ladies and gents. It's March 9, 2021. And what am I thankful for today, ladies and gents? I'm going to tell you, I'm thankful for Bitcoin's limited supply because what does that mean? It's a simple supply and demand, ladies and gents. The more people want it, but the less there is of it. That means the more valuable it is, right? So I know, can you believe that after, I think this is episode 27, after 27 weeks, I didn't really talk about this, but this is something I am super thankful for. In fact, there was an article this week from Cointelegraph talking about how much you need to become rich, basically. And so in 10 years, Bitcoin's finite supply will be nearly exhausted. That's right, in 10 short years, ladies and gents, meaning holders might only need zero point zero 0.01 BTC to become filthy rich. Can you imagine that? So yes, for all of you who are core compounding or cashing out, even for you, you can have just zero point zero 0.01 and you will be set. But of course, if you have more, then you'll be more set, I guess, for lack of a better term. But right now, zero point zero 0.01 only costs about $500 today. And that zero point zero 0.01 could possibly be worth up to $1 million in the future. Imagine that. So again, if you're core compounding and you're always keeping a certain number, know that even if you just had that and you're still cashing out, it's a win-win for you. It really is, right? You can even core compound just BTC, right? I mean, like you see, well, it's a little bit more complicated, but if you're just core compounding the cash value of BTC, then it's so much easier, right? If you're always looking at that $1,000 as your core number, for example, anytime you see it over 1,000, you can just scrape off the top, and then you'll still have that. And I'm guessing it'll still be around zero point zero 0.01, right, of BTC. But according to Credit Suisse Global Wealth Report 2020, there are 51.9 million individuals with a net worth surpassing 1 million. So that index considers a person's net worth along with their financial and real estate assets while deducting their debts and liabilities. And let's see, despite representing just 1% of the global population, millionaires own 43% of the world's wealth. So can you imagine that, ladies and gents? Only 1% of the people hold almost half of all of the world's wealth, which is ridiculous. So there's not a lot of things, that us little people can do to be part of that elite, except maybe something like crypto. Even with the things that you do now, whether it's core compounding, whether it's holding, hodling, as they like to say, whether it's leverage trading, whether it's passive platforms, us little people, we can do something with crypto, right? Look at this, 98%, the finite supply will be, mined in 10 years, right? So instead of going inflationary, it will deflate, which means the more valuable it will become. So even a small amount of Bitcoin can yield a lot of profit for you, right? As of March 1st, Bitcoin's total supply consists of 18.64 million BTC, leaving 2.37 million more coins to be mined, right? In 10 years, the supply will reach 20.6 million, and that's already 98%. You got to remember, ladies and gents, Bitcoin is a finite number. It's not like the fiat where the feds can just keep printing it because it's not backed by anything. It used to be backed by gold, but it no longer is. So they can just keep printing if they want to, right? And there's about 1.9 million coins that haven't been touched for over a decade, right from the beginning, from Bitcoin's supply cap, there is a maximum limit of 19.2 million BTC available for the world's millionaires. This leaves 0.37 BTC per millionaire, including the yet to be mined coins, assuming Bitcoin supply will be evenly shared between said millionaires. However, if every Bitcoin that has remained unmoved for 5 or more years is lost, a max of 14.57 million BTC will be available for accumulation. So in this scenario, each of the world's millionaires could own just zero point 0.028 BTC each, assuming supply is evenly distributed. So that means the wealthy will fight for it because you know what? The wealthy are wealthy for a reason, ladies and gents. They really are. They know when to get into things, they know when to get out of things, they know when to buy things, right? They know, they're in the know, and that's what you need to be. This is what my channel is for. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not saying you should go get some BTC. What I'm saying is you should at least be in the know because the wealthy are always in the know. So if you want to be even at least, you know, you don't have to be the wealthiest, but if you at least want to be comfortable, you got to be in the know, right? Because trust me, it is, I know money doesn't make happiness, but it is a lot harder to be happy when you're trying to fight for food or you're trying to figure out how to pay for rent, mortgage, etc. Right? You're a little more happier when you know you don't have to worry about those kinds of things. And look at the wealthy will fight for this zero point zero 0.01 BTC. So imagine if you had some, you could sell some for ridiculous amounts later on, right? If the wealthy's trying to get their hands on it and you have a big chunk. Let's say even have a half or a quarter of BTC, these people will be paying ridiculous amounts to try to get some of your BTC, right? So to conclude, buying zero point zero 0.01 BTC today, roughly a $500 investment at current prices, can assure one a top 13% holder position. When comparing the relative wealth concentration of the fiat and Bitcoin markets, being among Bitcoin's top 13% shares the same exclusivity as being a fiat millionaire. So again, crypto is a way to help the little guy get to where the big guy is at. I mean, look at this chart, ladies and gents. Right now it's at 54,000. I mean, come on. Come on. Last year it was at 3,000. I mean, if that doesn't tell you, and I've heard the argument or the reasoning that, hey, Bitcoin is not even anything you can hold. It's just a number on a computer or a screen. But let me ask you this, ladies and gents. Even your cash, do a lot of people even hold cash anymore? If you ask 1 out of 5 people, hey, do you have like 20 bucks in your wallet? I'm gonna say maybe more than that will tell you they don't, and they would have to either send it to you via PayPal, Cash App, etc. So if you think about it, ladies and gents, what really is money or currency or wealth? It possibly is just computers, numbers on your computer, right? So that's why I say for $500. Now, if you can afford that, even if you don't do that, maybe you just do 100 or 200, or you take it and you go learn leverage trading, or you take it and you go do a platform and see where it takes you from there. But you know what, ladies and gents, again, I am not your financial advisor, but you need to at least be educated. You need to at least go and teach yourselves what the wealthy knows, what the wealthy will be fighting over, especially while it's accessible to you. I mean, if you have the Cash App, you can go ahead and buy that $500 worth of Bitcoin right off your phone and then put it into like a safer wallet like Exodus, or, you know, something that is in your total control, right? So that is what I am thankful for today, ladies and gents. I am thankful for the limited supply cap of BTC, because that just means if you hold any of it right now, you are sitting in a good position. Because again, you have to remember only so much BTC will be mined, which means there's not an infinite supply like something like the dollar, right? The feds can keep printing as many dollars as they want, right? I mean, look at they're giving another stimulus check, which means hey, they just keep on printing money. And supply and demand, ladies and gents, economics 101, the more supply with the same amount of demand, it just lessens the value of that item, of that good, of that asset, right? So that's just economics 101, ladies and gents. And this is why I am thankful to have some BTC, because if that's all it's going to take to be a part of the filthy rich, or even just the, I'll take even just rich. You can subtract the filthy. I'll take the rich part, right? That's all it takes. Then, hey, doesn't take a whole lot apparently. $500, right? Again, not financial advice, but you could put that 500 in so many places, and I don't know if it'll give you the same types of returns, honestly. But you go do your research, you go do your due diligence. And this is why I have the channel, is because I hope that this kind of info can be part of your due diligence. But yes, go read the article off of Cointelegraph. I will include the link to the full article under my description, right under the disclaimer, which please don't glaze that over. Read that, right? Because again, not your financial advisor, right? I mean, look at this. Bitcoin whales bought the dip, and that the dip meaning below 50, and now it's at 54K. So for those people who bought below 50, look, you've already made about at least 6% from yesterday, right? So where else can you find this kind of returns, ladies and gents? Even like with the other coins, I mean, look at ETH, it's almost going back up to 2 grand again. So there you go, ladies and gents. That is today's Thankful Tuesday episode. If you like that kind of info, please do like, please do subscribe, please do share. Ladies and gents, I saw in my YouTube analytics that only about 16% of you watching are subscribed. I'm guessing you don't want some of my free BTC, and who knows where BTC is going to be at, right? What if my little BTC giveaway is your first BTC experience and you held on to that to when BTC for is worth, I don't know, ridiculous amounts, right? Especially as the supply dwindles and people accumulate it like big institutions. Because they do bulk buying of BTC like Tesla, right? While us little people, we do we do fractions through Cash App or Coinbase or something like that, right? So but yes, please do like, please do subscribe, please do share, leave me a comment. If I see it, I will go ahead and reply as soon as I see it. And in the meantime, though, please have a good day or night wherever you are. Please stay safe. Please stay healthy. Please stay sane, most important of all. And I will see you at the next video. Adios.